I call myself the king of debt. I'm the king of debt. I'm great with debt. Nobody knows debt better than me. I've made a fortune by using debt. And if things don't work out, I renegotiate the debt. I mean, that's a smart thing, not a stupid thing. I like debt. For me, I don't like debt for the country. I like debt for my company, but I don't like debt for the country. For the country, we have $19 trillion in debt. It's going to be very soon 21 trillion, not billion, $21 trillion.
The U.S. debt now topping $40 trillion and counting. Garrett Haake joins me from the White House. And Garrett, the debt has exploded over the last decade.
It really has, Tom. The debt has more than doubled in the last 10 years, now passing that $40 trillion threshold for the first time, the Treasury Department says. President Biden and President Trump in his first term each accounted for roughly $8 trillion in new debt, largely from borrowing to spend big on pandemic response, but also to pay for things like infrastructure investments and for tax cuts. Budget watchdogs have long warned that all of this could soon provoke a debt crisis, with the U.S. now spending more taxpayer money paying interest on our national debt than on Medicare or on the Pentagon budget. The debt is accumulating so quickly, Tom, that just in the time we have been discussing this, it's gone up by more than $3 million.
And every time there's a Democrat in the White House, Republicans scream and yell about the debt and the deficit. Let's just stop right there, because I have people, there are people that come into the comment section that asked, what's the difference between the debt and the deficit? The debt is everything we owe. The deficit is the difference in what we spend in a year versus what we bring in a year. Okay? That's the deficit. So if you brought in $100,000 into your home, but you spent $150,000, $50,000 is your deficit. And that $50,000 keeps getting added to your overall debt year after year after year. So our debt, what we owe, every amount of debt that we have accumulated in the history of this country is now $40 trillion. And the only time Republicans yell and scream about it is when a Democrat is in office. However, during his total time as President of the United States of America, and keep in mind, we still have 2 years to go, actually a little over 2 years to go, Donald Trump has added $11.6 trillion of that $40 trillion. And Republicans don't say a word. As a matter of fact, Republicans keep voting for the things that keep adding to the deficit and keep making the debt grow. Over a quarter of the history of the United States debt, $40 trillion, over a quarter of it is on Donald Trump's watch, with almost exclusively Republican control of Congress. Where's the fiscal conservatism out of the Republican Party? Where's the outrage out of the Republican Party? That the guy who still has 2.5 years left to go has already added over a quarter of our total national debt.